One of the most dangerous places to be isn't failing. It's being stuck. Stuck in your own head. Stuck replaying what happened. Stuck playing what ifs. Stuck waiting for clarity when really none comes. And here's the crazy part. Is that you don't realize that you're stuck until time has passed. You look up. You're like, damn, ain't nothing changed. What up? It's Guy DJ Foreign. Welcome to another episode of The Foreign Frequency. Thank you for joining. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you know when your boy's dropping more videos. In this episode, we're going to talk about not getting stuck to the point where you can't move. You can't do nothing. And I'm talking about spiritually, emotionally, mentally, sometimes even physically, right? Because when you find yourself at a crossroads, when you find yourself in a transition in life, when you find yourself, again, being thrown this curveball that you were like, damn, I don't know what I'm going to do next. It's okay to pause in life. Again, for everybody who's listened to the last episodes, in the radio for 20 plus years, and that suddenly came to a stop. And I found myself appreciating the pause. I found myself appreciating being still. But there's a difference between pausing and being stuck. Now, listen, pausing is intentional. You know what I mean? Being still is intentional. But there's a difference because that could turn into, and I kind of felt it turning into something for myself, that can turn into you getting stuck in something. I read a quote, and it said, pausing is a choice. Being stuck happens when fear starts making decisions for you. Y'all heard what I said. Pausing is a choice. But being stuck happens when fear starts making decisions for you. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Just starting this podcast, I said to myself, hey, I want to do something different. Something a little away from what I was doing on air, giving commentary on pop culture, which, eventually we might start interjecting that into the pod because, a lot of y'all have been in my comments being like, yo, we miss your perspective on the air of just how things, and I love talking about things like that. But I was very intentional in saying, hey, I want to do something different on this podcast, right? When I create this podcast, I've had different podcasts before. Well, again, it was kind of like the same. It was almost like the extension of the morning show. It was almost like an extension of just, talking about pop culture and then giving my insight on it. But this one I wanted to, and after realizing in the last two episodes, I've realized that I'm not the only one going through all of this. And I feel like this is helping some of y'all as much as y'all helping it by saying that y'all going through it with me is helping me. So I was very intentional. I said, I want this podcast to look a certain way, sound a certain way, feel a certain way. And that was me being intentionally purposeful. I took the time out to do a lot of research. I studied a lot of things. I decided that I wanted to put this both on YouTube as video content and also put it up as audio. But I studied all that. I studied algorithms. I studied how YouTube works. I studied how podcast works. Like, I really went, even though I worked in media, that wasn't really a big thing for us in media. You know what I mean? Yes, they pushed podcasting and anything like that. But I really wanted to understand, the analytics and all these things. And the first thing that I said to myself was that, on YouTube, I wanted to look a certain way because I've watched certain YouTube channels and I like the way they put themselves together. I like the way what they present to the world. And then I watch other YouTube channels and I'm kind of like, the effort there is a little lackluster. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they really put a lot of thought into it. And in this day and age, to be able to retain viewership, to retain any kind of interest, for the most part, you got to be polished a little bit, but you also have to be raw. But before we got to this, it took, I started my podcast in December. I was laid off in October. So it took about two and a half months maybe for me to even drop episode 1. Because though I was being intentional and though I was being purposeful and though I even took the time to pause and really do my research and really study the game that I was about to transition into, because you got to understand what you're going into if you want to win, right? I found myself starting to be stuck. Again, remember the quote, being stuck happens when fear starts to make decisions for you. And that's what started to happen. The fear of how would my podcast be accepted? The fear of how would my podcast look? I'm talking physically, like what you're watching right now on the screen if you're on YouTube. Like there was a fear there of how is this going to look to the audience? How is this going to sound? And at the time, I was like, I want my podcast to look a certain way. I want it to sound a certain way, and I'm not gonna launch it until I get somewhere close to that. I have a vision of what it is, and if I can't even get to about 20%, 30% of that, I'm not doing it. There go the fear. Because in the same instance that I was going through all these things, I'm foreign. Like I'm, and I'm not saying that to toot my own horn at all. But I'm just saying, I've gone to this school. I'm a graduate, bro. Like I have graduated with high honors from the School of Media. That's why I was on the morning show. So it's not like I didn't know what I was doing. But here come the fear knocking on your door, being like, nah, bro, you can't do that. You do that, these people gonna laugh at you. I'm being honest with y'all. You do that, these people gonna look at you like, damn, how he go from, you know what I mean, the radio to giving us this kind of product. And honestly, that got me stuck a little bit. Because here's what happened. I started saying to myself, I'm not going to turn on this camera until my aesthetics look good. So I started researching it. Oh, I need a camera, $600, $700, $800 camera. Oh, I need I need this big, like my vision was grand. But slowly and surely, what I found out is that it's not that I wanted a grand vision. It's just that I was just making excuses on moving on. I was making excuses on starting it. That's why I say, and I'm going to repeat that quote, pausing is a decision. Pausing is a choice. Being stuck happens when fear starts to make decisions for you, and the fear will start to make decisions for me. Yeah, tomorrow I'll go buy the camera. Yeah, tomorrow I'll go buy the mic. Yeah, tomorrow I'll go buy lighting. Yeah, tomorrow I'll go buy the fake plant in the background. Yeah, tomorrow it was always tomorrow. And what they say, tomorrow never comes. And what I found out was that I had to kick myself in the ass, bro. I had to put ass to belt on myself. Belt to ass, my fault. I had to put belt to ass on myself. Because after a while, I was sitting on the couch just chilling, and I'm realizing, yo, time is passing you by. You ain't doing nothing, bro. It's been 3 weeks. What happened? What happened to tomorrow 3 weeks ago? There's been many tomorrows that's happened. Why you ain't do nothing? Fear. And it's natural. It's human nature. Yeah, we get scared to do things, man. We get scared because we don't know what the results are, and that's okay. That's fine. But we got to, at some point, look at ourselves in the mirror and stop lying to ourselves and saying, tomorrow I'm going to do this. Because tomorrow it ain't gonna come. If you're trying to get healthy, you're trying to get into the gym, you're trying to fix your relationship, you're trying to fix that situation with your friend, your family, you know what I mean? There's something that's nagging you in the background that's been nagging you that you know you got to handle. But you've been over here saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. That ain't going to help you. Because tomorrow ain't ever going to come. Again, if you're pausing because you want to say, hey, I want to take a breath before I move on to the next thing. I want to unload all this baggage that I got on me to move on to the next thing. That's different. But if you're over here, oh, nah, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it. But you will find every excuse in the book why you can't do something when all you need to do is do it. There was a thing that happened, a quote that got posted by Nick Cannon on his Instagram. Literally I'm telling you, the world moves in such a crazy way. But literally just a few days, maybe a few weeks after I got laid off, there was a thing that Nick Cannon posted up. And it really stuck with me. And even though I was kind of lying to myself saying, oh, I need this, this stuck to me and ultimately was the decision It ultimately was the thing that made me make the decision to stop lying to myself. The quote said, start something. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start it. It doesn't matter. You can fix it later. I don't remember the whole meme, but it essentially said, start it now. Start it today. Start it now. Worry about fixing it later. Just start it. That's exactly actually what it said. Start it now. You can fix it later, but just start it now. Start it today. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever you've been thinking about, start it now. No, don't wait until tonight. Don't wait until tomorrow morning. Start it now. And again, people get confused that if you're trying to start something, you got to take this, you got to make it grand. It's got to show it like, you know what I mean? Everybody got to know about it. No. We live our life too much thinking about what other people think. I've never been a person who thinks a lot about opinion, even though I just told y'all that I was like, hey, yo, what are these people going to think about my podcast if I just drop some joint, you know, with poor lighting, a whack mic and all of this? What are they really going to take me serious, especially since I have the professionalism that I have? But for the most part, other than that, like personal, how people think of me personally or say, I don't care. But you should try to get the same concept, the same mindset, and be like, yo, I really don't care what anybody says. I'm starting this joint now. I don't care. Whatever it was, if it's a health journey, financial journey, spiritual journey, mental journey, whatever it is, whatever it is. I don't know what your situation is, but this applies to every situation. Start now. Fix it later. We can make it pretty. And that's ultimately what got me to say, bro, I don't got to do that. Listen, I was in the market trying to spend all my bread, getting a new computer. I was trying to get proper lighting. I was trying to, you know, get, like I said, just everything for my set, for my studio to set up this podcast, even the microphone, whether you're watching or listening, even the mic. You know, I spent a pretty penny on it. But again, I'm coming from, you got to understand, I'm coming from a background of radio where everything was already crispy, clean, and nice and, you know what I mean, buttoned up and neat. So even though I was continuing into I'm kind of pivoting slightly to do something different, I wanted it to look a certain way. But with me beating myself down, saying, yo, this is what I'm going to do, I found out that I was wasting time, bro. I'll be honest with y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I was lying to myself. I was lying to myself. I was just saying, yeah. I can't afford the $600 camera, so, you know, let me just figure something out. And until I came across, because I saved that meme from Nick Cannon. It came up on my little, you know, iPhone has this little thing where you can swipe to the left, all the way to the left, and next thing a picture comes up that in your memories, and there it was. Start it now. Make it pretty later, but start it now. And I took my iPhone. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is all shot on an iPhone. I got some little camera apps to make it look crispier. Shout out to the Blackmagic app. No gatekeeping over here. Y'all could go do it too. Blackmagic app. Just learn the settings. DM me. I'll give you the settings if you want a nice, clean, crispy video. And that was the step that I took. I decided, and it really started with one day. I went to a store and I bought a bunch of wires. I went on Amazon. I ordered some lights. And this studio setup started manifesting itself very slowly. But it wasn't until I realized that I was making too many excuses that I said, nah, bro, you keep doing this, it's going to be a problem. You keep doing this, you ain't never going to be anywhere. And we all get stuck in different kind of ways. You know, for me was overthinking my podcast launch or podcast setup. For you, it could be anything else. You know, you're sitting there right now, or you've been sitting all day scrolling on your phone, knowing that there's something that needs to be attended to, but you keep brushing it off. There's something you're afraid of starting that might change your life. Bro, you might change your life. You don't know. You don't know. You're asking everyone else what to do. You know what to do. It's been in you. It's been in your spirit. It's been in your soul. It's been in your mind. It's been nagging at you to be like, yo, start me. Let's do it. But for whatever reason, maybe you're not getting enough encouragement at the crib. Maybe your friends ain't supporting you. Maybe when you do talk to your friends, their fear, you know what I mean, gets projected on you to the point where you're like, they don't think I should do it. Nah, they don't think you should do it because they can't fathom themselves doing what it is that you're trying to do. You're trying to be great. So be great. Move on. But you got to for your dreams to work, you got to work too. Right? We all got these big grand dreams. And I'm not saying this from a point of privilege at all. I don't want to come across like, yeah, this guy got, he did his career. He was on this. He won this. He's been nominated he's won an award. You know what I mean? Like, he's traveled the world. It's easy for you to say. But you got to like I told you, that's why I keep always referencing back to me being born and raised in Kenya, where it's not in Africa. It's not easy to gain traction as it is in America. Thank goodness my parents brought me here. But that was their part of, that was the past, you know? That wasn't even a layup yet. That was just the past. They were like, yo, I'm going to put you in the game. I got you here. I'm going to put you in the game. I'm going to pass you the ball. Whatever you do with it after that is on you. And it took me a while to get running because you got to fumble. You got to fall. But when you fall, you get up. You don't sit down and say, oh, I twisted my knee. I scraped my legs. Nah, you got to get up. Don't be stuck. Don't be stuck. Don't allow yourself to be stuck. And again, the fear is also going to keep you in the same place that you've been unhappy for up to this time. It could be a job. Yeah, I'm telling you a lot. You're getting paid a lot of money at that job. You're getting paid a lot of money at that job, but you're unhappy. What's worth it? Your happiness, your peace? Or is that money keeping you stuck where you're at because you're scared? You have that fear that you can't do whatever it is that you got in your mind. And I'm here to tell you that you could do it. Take it from me. One day I'm going to show y'all pictures of where I came from to where I got to. Unimaginable for a kid like me back then to think that I would ever show up in a billboard in a major city because of what I love to do. Unimaginable. Dead ass. I couldn't think it. I could dream it, but I could have never thunk that. But yet it happened. Call it God's will if you're religious. Call it just motivation. Call it just the power of attraction. Call it whatever it is. But I chased a passion. And I got to it. Now we're here. My passion is taking a little shift. We can't get stuck here. We're just leveling up. Right? So don't let the fear get you stuck. Don't let the excuse. You really don't let the excuses get to you. Don't let the excuses get to your head. Don't give yourself the excuses to begin with. And I'm telling you that this podcast probably wouldn't have. There was a time and point where I said, yo, I'm going to launch this podcast. And it was always something. I'll wait until December 1st. December 1st came and gone. Maybe I'll drop it around, but it's, around Christmas. But it's the holidays. Ain't nobody really going to watch because everybody's out shopping. Literally the things that were going through my head. I'll drop it in January. Give me enough time to get my setup right. Nah, bro. One day I just woke up and I said, you know what, Swizzy? I saw your meme. I'm doing it. Flop or no flop. And episode 1 over 2,000 followers. I got about 500 subscribers and climbing. By the way, if you're one of the 2,000 that watch and you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Like and subscribe, please. But I'm just here to tell you, take it from me. The not knowing is hard. I wish there was a better way to say it, but it's not. Not knowing is hard. Not knowing what's going to come of this is hard. Not knowing that, yes, if I do quit my good-ass paying job because I'm unhappy there to pursue something is scary because you don't know what will happen. But if you believe something will happen, it might not happen right away. It might not happen in 2 years. It might not happen in 5. Just do it, though. You're a musician. You're an artist. You're artist who's just like, yo, nobody's going to listen to my music. Nah. Put your music out. SoundCloud the hell out of it. I'm telling you, if you're passionate about what you do, eventually it will pay dividends. But we got to stop making excuses. Those excuses are keeping us stuck in the exact same place that we don't want to be. The exact same place that we wake up every day and say, damn, what am I doing here? But instead of doing something about it, we laying on the couch. And this was me not too many months ago. Kind of still is me. I'm not going to lie to you. There's some days where I veg out on the couch and I just zombie scroll. You know? So I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I'm over here like, Mr. Know-It-All. No, not at all. I'm telling you, just the day I'm recording this podcast should have been recorded 3 days ago. But again, excuses, fear, getting you stuck, right? Oh, it's the holidays. Christmas is here. Nah, I'll do it after Christmas. Nah. But I've made a commitment to myself and to y'all that every Monday at 10 a.m., there will be a podcast posted. Every Monday at 10 a.m., we are going to pour into each other and help each other. That's my commitment. And because now I've set this commitment, there ain't no stopping, bro. And sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to give yourself a commitment. You got to give yourself, what's the word I'm looking for? You just got to give yourself an assignment. There you go. Assignment. And I can't fail this assignment. This is what I got to do. If you're finding yourself getting stuck, if you're finding yourself being unmotivated, just say, this is the one thing I'm going to do. And for the next 4 weeks, however long, I'm going to do it every time I said I was going to do it. I'm going to hold myself accountable. Stop comparing. Nah, your neighbor next door, your man's down the street, your homegirl who does this, that, and the third for month. No, that's not you. Everybody's book is different. Everybody's book is different. Stop comparing yourself to what you see on other people. And again, I go back to my podcast. I was comparing what I wanted to be for a podcast as to what I saw out there. But if I did exactly what they did out there, then why would y'all listen to me instead of them? We're all different. Don't let the comparison slow you down. Stop asking for permission. It's your life. And I'm not telling you, by the way, as I think about this, I'm not telling you to go quit your job tomorrow. No. Please don't be like, yo, foreign, you told me to quit my job. I did. Now I'm homeless. No, please don't do that. Be smart about what you're doing. Set yourself a goal and say, okay, if I'm stuck in a job or a situation that I don't like, here are the steps that I'm going to take to try to get out of this situation and try to help myself and do what it is that I love. And thankfully, throughout the years of me grinding and stuff, I've been able to set myself up with little things that sustain me. So I'm good. Not everybody's that fortunate, but that doesn't mean that you can't start now to do it neither, right? You can. You could get off your ass and be like, yo, I don't like my situation. I need to come up with a way that I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get out of this. How am I going to elevate from this situation? And that shit is not going to happen with you zombie scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat. You feel me? The internet is a dope resource. It's a double-edged sword, though. You can find any answer you want on the internet, but at the same time, you can find some shit that's going to distract you for days on end and you won't even realize it. And you end up being stuck. So if there's one thing I would advise you to do is like, small moves matter. Again, mentally, emotionally, physically, small moves matter. Don't create excuses for yourself. Here's the thing. We all can tell somebody else something. And this pisses me off about myself. But we can all go tell somebody, oh, nah, bro, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and the third, and, rah, and all this other nonsense. We can big ourselves up to other people when deep down inside we know when we walk into our doors, when we close those doors and ain't nobody watching, we ain't doing the things that we say we doing. We all know that. I've done it. You've done it. The point is we got to admit it and say, I'm lying to them, but I need to stop lying to myself. Yeah, you might want to put on a smiley face and tell these people you got it, like, you know what I mean? Like something else is going on, but you know the real situation within you. You know your real situation when you close those doors. It's you who got to pay the bills. It's you who got to put food on the table. It's you who got to gas up the car. It's you who got to pay for insurance. It's you who got to pay for XYZ when something breaks. It's you who got to provide. You're the one who knows what your situation is and how you really feel about what's going on in your life, no matter what it is. So you got to let go of lying to yourself. All right, cool. Go lie to the people if you want to. Go do that. But when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you sit down and you're thinking to yourself, damn, what am I going to do now? You know what? XYZ, XYZ, and you know that's bullshit. Stop lying to yourself. Get up. Make small movements. Anything. I'm literally talking about take a walk. I'm literally talking about go research something in the field that you're interested in on the thing that you want to do, whether it's on YouTube. Just don't get distracted. I get distracted a lot. I'm on YouTube trying to figure out some things. Next thing you know, I'm watching. I love I love Second Amendment videos on YouTube. I watch those like crazy. Next thing you know, I'm lost watching Second Amendment amendment videos. Or I'm watching something about battle rap. You know? Don't get lost. Stay focused. And it's hard. It's hard to stay focused, especially when you feel like it's such a daunting task. I said this in the last episode, bro. The mountain looks way up there like, oh, my God. Like, what? This is Mount Everest type-ish. You don't need to go to the top, bro. You just need to start. There's so many levels to the top that's going to be so satisfying for you. And you just got to start. Again, we come up with these big, grand things of saying, oh, nah, I needed to, myself included. And I just said, nah, let me just get a couple of lights. I'm using my iPhone, and I'm going to shoot a podcast, and let's go. And I appreciate all the support, by the way. But you just got to say, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Let's move on. Let's get this thing cracking, bruh. Start now. Fix it later. Make it look pretty later. Make it look good later. But just get it started now, today. If today was the day that you needed to hear this, then I hope that you do it, you get motivated, you go do whatever it is that you said that you was going to do. But more importantly, after that motivation is gone, hold yourself accountable. Kick yourself in the ass. Be like, this is day 3. You know, that little thing gave me motivation for 3 days. It's starting to dwindle down a little bit. Nah, day 4, shake it off, and I'm back at it. Day 5, shake it off, I'm back at it. Day 6, day 7, next thing you know, you're on a roll. And then it doesn't become as hard as what you thought it was going to be. So do one thing today that's going to move you forward. You know? Do one thing today that is gonna progress you into what it is that you're trying to achieve. Stop comparing timelines, like I said. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Give yourself grace without giving yourself excuses. It's the excuses that are going to kill you. Give yourself grace without giving yourself excuses. And I feel like once you do that, bro, the sky's the limit. You don't have to know where you're going. That vision does not have to be clear as day. I don't know where I'm going. I've said this before. This is episode 3 of the Foreign Frequency. I still don't know. I still tussle in my head where exactly the direction of this podcast is going to go. But if I feel it in my heart and I feel it in my spirit, I come and talk about it. I turn on this camera and I talk about it. In hopes that not only, and again, you guys be in the comments crazy, by the way. Thank you. Because y'all be in there not only encouraging, but also giving a piece of yourselves in there as well, as much as I'm trying to give a piece of you, myself to y'all. Y'all give a piece of yourselves to me as well, and you tell me your stories, and you DM me your stories, and you tell me how, hey, this is what happened to me as well, and I get motivation from that. You know, again, this is the community that we're trying to build here, to be able to help each other out. And as I see myself, as I progress in whatever this is going to end up being, you know, I find myself getting stuck sometimes. I find myself lying to myself. I find myself cheating myself. I find myself procrastinating. I find myself in fear, getting stuck because of uncertainty. And the more I talk about it, the more that kind of washes off, right? So let's stop with the excuses. Again, you don't have to know where you're going. We don't have to see the big picture just yet. But if we start moving, if we start doing something and get out of this stuck place, I promise you're going to feel different. I promise you. It's your guy, DJ Foreign Frequency. Thank you again for tapping in. As always, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button, the bell button, so you can get the notification of when I drop these episodes, and share it. You know, you want to help your boy out. You know, a big shout out to everybody who subscribed so far. When I first started this thing, 3 weeks ago maybe? We were at 200 and something subscribers. We up to over 500. I think now that I'm over 500, and somebody who's really ill with YouTube, let me know. But I think now that we over 500, I can start going live. If that's something y'all want to see, and we could go live together, I don't mind doing that as well. Again, these conversations are really, really uplift my spirit, and I hope it does the same for y'all. And again, in the comments, man, let's be a community. Help each other out. Drop comments. You know, say how you feel, and you know, I damn near try to reply to everybody, but if you see a comment in there that touches your soul or speaks to your spirit as well, or somebody you can help as well, please do that. You know, it helps all of us. So again, thank you, and I appreciate y'all. All right, it's your guy DJ Foreign. Y'all be good, y'all be blessed, take care of each other, and again, remember, stuck is not permanent unless you let it be. I'm gone.